Hi everyone, what do we have here? We have 4 Workstation nozzles here, and taking a look you will see that I clearly use these two in most cases. But that's not all about this video. That's not all that I want us to talk about this video. I want us to talk about the perfect way to use your workstation when removing components in a mobile PCB. A lot of people are making a lot of mistakes, and because of the mistake that they're making when removing components in a mobile PCB, they end up damaging the phone instead of solving the fault or causing the phone more damage. So you need to keep in mind that these two nozzles here are the ones that you should use in most cases. So we have the straight one and we have this one with this bending tip here. So you should use this one if in case your microscope is not that high like mine here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If you take a look, you will see that my microscope, the height between the microscope lamp and the working board here and the microscope standing board is not that high, and because it's not that high, I use this one in most cases. Why? I will show you exactly why you should use this one if your microscope, the height is not that high. If your microscope height is that high, then you should use this one. You should use the straight one. You'll be okay using the straight one. But because mine is too low, this one is not recommended. The one that you should use is this, and I will show you exactly why. We have this mobile PCB here, and I will tell you exactly why using this straight nozzle here is bad. And you will clearly see that this is the reason why there are times that you cause more damage to the phone or you don't succeed with the phone. So using this, if I'm to use this to remove this chip right here, you will see that I can't focus the tip of the nozzle directly on top of this IC. The only way that I can remove this IC using this nozzle here is to put it sideways, and you will see that the heat is not focusing on the IC only. The heat is focusing on this other part of the mobile PCB, which will affect any surrounding components. You get, and also it won't just affect the other components around this side, it's also going to affect components in the other side of the mobile phone. So what you should focus on, the thing that you should keep in mind as a mobile phone technician who is into IC reballing, always make sure that your nozzle is covering the IC, the only IC that you are working on. And that's why you should use this other nozzle here. I'm just going to put this here. That's why you should use this other nozzle here. When you are removing an IC like this, what you should focus on, you should focus the tip on top of the IC directly. You hit, you go around, you hit, you go around, because once you bend the tip like this, you will see that the tip will start spreading the heat and the air to other ICs around the PCB, around the section that you are working on. And when you focus it like this, the other side of the PCB won't get that much heat to be able to melt off the solder balls of the IC and cause open circuit. That's why this is very important, especially when we are working on an IC like this one, and directly at the other side of the PCB you have maybe like the charging IC or the power IC. So using this method all the time, focusing on the IC with the correct air temperature. I have a video on the temperature that you should use when removing and when putting back, and also you can also tweak that as well. But if you do know that already, or if you don't, then keep in mind that you should always focus your nozzle on top of the IC. You don't do this. So you can try doing this when you are replacing the IC, because when coming around the IC, sending in the air under the IC, when mounting back the IC, the solder points are going to easily melt off. But when you are removing it, which is the only time that you will have to spend more time focusing the air on the motherboard, you have to stay on top of the IC. You can also come around, if it's not a pasted IC, come around Stay focused on top of the IC to avoid heating up other components. So that's all I wanted to share with you today. I hope this is very important to you. I hope you learned something from this. And also, if you have been watching me, you will know that I have a basic and a professional level course, and you can get that course right now with a 75% discount. So that's the New Year and the Christmas holiday discount. So thank you and see you soon.